It's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. And I was just like thinking recently.
Go ahead.
Well, I was like,
Don't do that. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Don't do
Stop
that.
thinking. We used to think so much less. Here you go.
No, it's a good thinking. Don't worry.
Here you go. Thinking.
It's like we have so much fun to look forward to.
I know.
This year.
Guys, you know what? Carpe diem.
Carpe diem, YOLO.
Fuck it. It's a fuck it year. It is literally a fuck it year because I'm just so sick of waiting for time to slow down or like time to make space. Does that make sense?
Well, and also when you see other people doing it, you're like, why not me?
Yeah. Well, also we work to go make it happen with other partners.
But if we don't take the time to do these things, because it's so fun.
We're talking about going traveling with our children. Now, there's some issues here.
Lots
Number
of issues.
one, we have too many children and there's too many of us to go all at once. Flights are so expensive. And listen, putting 11 people on a plane, 11 is around $12,000 just to get on a plane. That's how expensive Canada flights are right now. To go anywhere. I'm like, just probably to go to Montreal, it's probably $600 there and back. Like, it's so insane.
Yeah.
Second thing, hotels are so sneaky that they have like a max of 4. And then it's a fire hazard if you bring in someone else. And I'm like, what? Unless they're like under the age of 6. I'm like, that feels like fake news if I've ever heard it. Like all of it, because I'm like, a pack and play is way more dangerous than a person who's an adult who's sleeping, or like a teenager who can wake up and help. I'm like, a pack and play just kills the vibe.
Yes.
So we have to divide and conquer. We do it a lot with the older girls, and I feel like it's just become accepted. Like,
I know.
No one really bucks
like
the
when
system.
when I told one of the boys, and he was like,
"Oh, that we're going to Mexico."
Everybody knows now.
Yeah. I just have to give the dates.
Yeah.
Like,
I just said it's the first part of.
Not even like we could leave a bit earlier, but it's fine.
But basically, the point is, you boys are playing hockey, and your commitment is to not leave. So we girls can't sit around all day long waiting for you with the maybe you'll have hockey or not.
Right. And hockey can go till April, which is so ludicrous. Then we're taking the 2 mid boys away I do this thing where I take away my kids on their 13th birthday.
We have lots of Jewish friends and they get to celebrate their 13th birthday.
Like it's the biggest thing ever.
And then we've got the quinceañeras for the
15-year-olds.
15-year-olds. Right. So they have that.
And then there's sweet 16s for really rich people who do massive sweet 16s. We're somewhere in between
and
of
we
all
also
of those.
aren't Catholics, so we don't do the confirmation. So our kids kind of
That's not a birthday though. You do that on, isn't that like a day?
Well, but it's a big celebration. People like have like events about it.
Are you an age when that happens?
Yes, I think you're in grade 7. You're 13.
Oh, yeah. We have nothing
So we
special.
opted out of everything. And so we got to make up our own.
I would say the first birthday is probably the biggest deal for the first child. And that's it.
Yeah.
First child, first birthday. That was it. That was the big one. So 13, it kind of started because I thought I'm so over presents. I'm so over buying things for these people. I am so over consumption. I'm really wanting to do like fun, unique experiences that they remember rather than getting them a stupid video game or whatever it is, which fun. But
then we've got some work to do.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, we do. I mean, just really one, but I don't know if he cares.
No, what I mean, like he still got presents. When are we going to get to the part where we give an experience and we don't also give presents?
Yeah, I gave him 2 presents.
I mean,
2.
I saw a few presents on the island.
Yeah, one was he got gaming headphones because he can't talk, like him and his sister fight when one's trying to watch TV.
Yeah.
So they can't hear each other. They can't hear the blasting.
What was that? Was there a jersey?
It was a Green Bay jersey.
Oh. And what about all the OVO sweatshirts?
That was post Christmas. He really had no clothes. So I don't know where you guys put clothes for your kids because it used to be a necessity. It was a necessity. It wasn't a wish. Like,
yeah.
And then I returned all the other clothes he had gotten that had sat in a bag.
Yeah, and I got a lot of them too with tags.
Yeah, those were old.
That's called upcycling.
Yeah, and the ones he had gotten from Christmas that just sat in a bag. I'm like, let's take them back. So I would say that was unfortunately, when you have January birthday, it's the worst.
January and December, like everyone's always like, and actually, I seem to know a lot of people that are like December 26, 27, 28, 29, like. you hear a lot of like, I mean, I guess people are born all the time, but people are always like, December babies are really hard because
December, January are hard.
they have their birthdays right around Christmas.
You're out celebrated. You're like, I'm kind of done celebrating. Do we have to do this again? So yeah, I'm looking to do more experiences. Listen, and I also don't think it has to just be like big trips. It happens to be a few trips, but I was sitting in my front room this weekend, and of course, all of them came and followed me. Like all of them came and sat there and were talking and like laughing. And I was like, wow, you guys need each other. Sometimes we're so busy that they don't get to just be together and like, like even when they tease each other, I feel like that's their way of communicating
they're bonding.
Love. They're bonding. And I said to Mark, I'm like, well, we're all in here, right? Like, look at this. You're so lucky. This whole family, we're all in here. Do you see this? And I was like, this
you having fun over there?
Yeah, I was like, this is, but it's hard for some men just to sit and watch the chaos and talk about nothing.
Yes.
They were talking about nothing.
Yeah. I think that can be hard probably for some older people too.
Oh, yeah. My mom's so good at it.
Oh, yeah.
And then she indulges in them and then they just let it.
I would say my favorite thing is just like sit in a room and watch like our kids just talk and tell stories and do things.
And
like,
lie. It's
I
so
find
good.
it so entertaining. And then I also love when like people remind me that what my boys do is so normal because it feels so aggressive and someone always gets hurt. But like,
I do know someone whose brother took his eye out and he has a glass eye.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of stories.
Like, that's a real story. Like your brother.
You know what's crazy is back in the day, I'm sure people like wrestled and broke each other's bones and stuff, brothers. Now it's like you feel like if let's say TJ were to go to the hospital and like, what happened? My brother like beat me up. You think the police would probably come and interview the brother,
I think so.
But like, yeah, they used to do so many bad. They used to shave each other's heads.
I know. And now it never.
Can't do anything.
You cannot shave your brother's head.
No, it's so boring these days.
So I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, this is what it's like to have nothing to do. It was an hour. It wasn't even an hour. It was like a moment. And I was like, this is so nice to have you all here. Listen, it didn't end well, but it was so nice for a minute to have like, it was like 30 minutes. They were all talking.
It's worth the disastrous end, to be honest.
If you know what we're talking about, your kids all, no matter what age, it starts off well. Everyone's having fun. Someone decides to jump the line and all of a sudden it becomes a shit show and someone storms off screaming, yelling, or crying. That's just how it goes. And then you reset the day and everyone get a life and move on.
Yeah. Like I do remember this, a situation. You guys might have this situation with your kids, but my friend and her brother, they didn't fight because they just didn't talk to each other.
Aww.
And to this day, it's not a great relationship. It's like they just didn't, And so if you're actually fighting and touching and interacting, you have a relationship.
Congratulations. If your kids beat on each other and yell and scream, I'll never forget my night last night was hilarious. However, I do want to circle back on something because I am verklempt if we don't on a social media post that we just posted about a UTI, and we actually talked about it last week about her UTI, and we actually went and did something about the UTI, and then we were talking about it online, and then someone's like, well, not somebody, like 400 of you and more were like, it's not a UTI. Here's the thing.
Do you know, just so you know, every medical issue we ever share,
there's a million things that are wrong.
It's usually, I even said it last night. I was like, I can't sleep. Oh, wait, let me guess. Perimenopause.
Yeah. So everyone's like, it's perimenopause. Now, I'm fine with perimenopause. I'm fine with it. I'm not fine with everything you have to do to manage it. When they're like, go read this book, go here, go take these supplements, try this, get this. And I'm like, I actually, there's no more room. Actually, my schedule's full. I don't want to do more. I don't want to do more. I don't want to do any more. No more. Zero. I'm sick of doing more.
No, my mom didn't do anything.
I know, but is that better? Do you want to have an itchy vagina for the rest of your life or one that hurts? I don't know what's happening down there. Or stinky. I don't know what's happening.
It is not itchy.
It hurts.
When you pee at the very end, it's just like a UTI bladder infection, which I was telling Kat. When I was younger, I was at a sleepover camp and I woke up in the night and I had to pee every few seconds, and every time I had to pee, it burned. And the bathrooms were down through the forest and in the back. And so I had to get out and I had to do it. And I was like, what is this? I'd never heard of it before. I didn't know. somehow it cleared itself. Thank God. It was the worst night of my little life because I wasn't going to tell anybody.
Young immune system.
Okay. Never had one again until started having sex. And then I heard if you don't go pee and you got to go pee and you got to push the rest of the pee out so that anything that's there like can come out. And so I learned quickly. I literally was sitting in a parking lot and I was like in a parking lot and I was like, oh my God, like I lost my virginity to a guy who's like right over there. That's so weird.
What was this yesterday?
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. I'm like, so weird.
I know.
Anywho, so
I wonder
got
if
my
he was
first
thinking the same thing.
No, because she lost her virginity to me? Because I didn't take his.
Oh.
I learned through that. I actually think he told me you have to pee after.
Wow. So he was quite knowledgeable in the UTI section.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Wow.
And then I had them a couple times and it was every time that I didn't pee. And so this feels like that, but it's like.
Not getting worse.
It's not getting worse. It's a little annoying, but it's a gentle pain. But I don't want it. I don't like the feeling. I feel like, oh, I just want to. So I got pills yesterday, and I think it's just pills for 4 days.
Said it in stories. I thought there has to be a better way. Listen, our medical system, we're trying to like alleviate the burden of going to the doctors and of the hospitals because people have a medical condition that doesn't need to go to the hospital or doctor. So it clogs the system and doctors can't see who they need to see, blah, 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 blah. Right. So their solution is let's make the pharmacist able to
prescribe
a whole myriad of issues. So it's like herpes, worms, gonorrhea, right? No. Okay. Rashes, impetigo, all kinds of things. Okay. All kinds of personal things you don't necessarily want to be screaming from the rooftops, especially herpes and maybe a UTI.
And not only that, before I went for the appointment in an online system, I wrote out my phone number, my address, why I was going there, my first and last name, my phone number. And then I get there and he goes, what are you here for? What? It's right in front of you. I have to say it out loud. It's quiet in here.
And you showed your confirmation. So they had their confirmation. And then he's like, after all that, after the name, after the thing, you know, when you go to the pharmacy to pick up your prescriptions, we went to like a banging one. It's always busy 24/7. It's packed. There's people everywhere. And then there's people shopping and it's just busy, wide open. And
they'll say the prescription sometimes, even if you're not going there to be diagnosed, you're picking up your prescription, they'll be like, it's a prescription for, and they'll say it out loud. And you're like,
I really was not, looking
for the, and who knows is standing behind me. What if I'm getting Valtrex and really it's for my cold sores, but he thinks it's for my herpes and he's a hot guy. And now, we're never going to date.
So you're standing there and he's like, what's it for? It's kind of yelling, not even close. Like there wasn't even like a partition. He was way back. And I'm like, I saw him, a UTI. I said it for Natalie. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't even know what to do right now because this is just rude.
And then someone was saying, and they'll say your address out loud and your phone number and your first and last name.
In the middle of everything. And you're like,
if you want to be a stalker, go hang out at the pharmacy and you can find out all information about someone you want to stalk.
And people are waiting for things. So everyone's just sitting there and you look when they call the person, you're like, oh, they're on this. It's slightly outrageous, and you can see why people wouldn't want to go because then the room is like all private, but you've already yelled everything that you need to know.
I'm pretty glad you came with me because I wouldn't have wanted to be like UTI. I by myself. At 4:30 I was driving by Shoppers last night and I saw the guy that we had to tell because he had a hairband on. Remember, he was coming out of the store.
Like, hey, you know about my UTI?
It's like, oh, you know I have UTI, so it's embarrassing.
It's kind of like going to the doctor's office and then being like, so you're here for, and them announcing and then you confirming or having to tell them what you're there for. That would never happen.
No.
So it was, it really, we need to
They need to work on that. There needs to be a little booth that you walk into and it's a private conversation.
Or you sign in with a computer.
Why are you making me
and
say
then
that?
They want to see.
Why did I sign in on the computer? Why did I do that at home?
I don't know. And then they take your ID and they're like, okay, you're next.
I mean, how many times do you have to check this?
It was wild. So we got the medication and then people were like, nah, it's not that. Not that. It's just not that. It is this. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I think we just need to get into like something really supplements for perimenopause and just sell them because the money to be had in perimenopause would be.
Because also you could diagnose everything as perimenopause.
Someone's like, I got pink eye. They told me it was
no.
I was like,
Oddly, I got lice perimenopause. Like, it is so funny, and obviously we appreciate all, and you all very well might be right about all of it, but like, who knows?
and then Dr. Perlman's like, unfortunately, when you hit perimenopause, you get the same face as Ozempic face. Your face falls in. She's like, it's perimenopause face. Everything just sinks. And you're like, your skin goes gray. Your laxity goes.
I just feel like
you
so
go
many,
shrunken in.
so many women these days that are older, I just think look so good and so much better than men that like
they weren't doing it, or they doing it?
No, I'm saying like, I mean, this isn't the end of the world, you know? Like,
I don't think so either. But the creams and the potions and the supplements,
they make it seem like you're gonna need everything to wake up tomorrow.
An army. And then I would.
And
love
you don't have the time to do the research.
I don't.
Right?
No. And everyone's like, go follow Dr. Harvey Claire. I'm like, we follow her. But the algorithm doesn't put her on my page. And
I can't be reading about it all day long. Then I'm going to start to be like, oh, my left toe is a little bit, it's clenching.
It's like a little bit sore. Also, when I saw what you had to do, I just thought to myself, I'm like,
what do you have to do for it?
Oh my God.
No, what do you have to do for what my problem?
Creams
what they say?
on your vagina.
Cream on my vagina.
Creams in your vagina. Creams, powders, puff. Like slap your hooch 3 times and spin around, and then throw some cream on there.
And throw some Fireball. That burns everything.
Literally, I feel like that's what it was. Like, all you need is some or a patch or a thing. And I'm like, I'm overwhelmed. I have to start reading the comments because I'm overwhelmed by the comments that you tell us to do. I'm like, I love that there's solutions, but I'm also like,
and also a lot of you have varying solutions. Like, I don't.
A lot of vaginal cream, a lot of hooch cream.
That's weird because it's not your vagina
on the outside.
So your urethra, your pee hole.
No, like on your vagina, whatever's on the out, like the roof. Not the inside of the house.
No.
The outside.
I know. It's
where
just like
the pubis.
Because I feel like my pee hole's like not that close to my vagina.
No, but I feel like you just put the cream in there and the hormones work to make everything normal.
Oh.
Like it goes right
Where can you get it? Like, do you have any?
Dude, I have no vagina cream. It's not just kicking around. It's again confusing.
You got some back there, right?
Yeah, I got. Hey,
take it off the shelf.
You got some vagina cream down there?
Yeah.
Cheech has got everything. They don't have it, but the thing is, why do men really? Nothing happens to them except impotence. If you think about it.
Well, they get bad looking.
That's it.
And they lose their hair.
Yeah, you can go to Turkey now.
Oh, you could go to Turkey.
There's not that much.
How do we avoid this? Do we get our uterus removed?
No, that throws you into early menopause.
But then if I go into early menopause, can it just end early and then I won't have any of this shit?
Honest to God. I know it's not supposed to be terrible. I know it's supposed to be great. I know there's solutions. I don't subscribe. I'm like this. I'm unsubscribing. I'm just unsubscribing. And then someone's like, oh, and if you ever wonder why you can't lose weight, it's your hormones. If you ever wonder why your hair is thinning, it's hormones. If you ever wonder why you can't sleep, it's hormones. I'm like, you know what?
Then isn't that sort of like, in reality, isn't that just like the natural thing that happens to your body? It's like in puberty, all those things happen. It's hormones. So then you get older, it's hormones. So it's just natural.
Do the opposite. So you're fine with it.
Like, it's just natural, right? I mean, you don't want to experience any pain or discomfort. Try and fix that.
Right.
But like, otherwise, hormones,
like you feel great other than a little bit of a tingle.
Yeah, no, I don't want that anymore. I'm hoping the pills will get rid of it.
So we are on day 2.
And yes, and Kat's mom sent me a big list of things to do. So, because she doesn't like medication, right?
No, but I also don't think, I know you, and you know when you get a UTI, well, it's either going to go away or you'll
have my uterus removed, my urethra removed.
You'll ride it out long enough and then it'll just go away.
Exactly.
Like you're going to take the pills, kill anything down there. You're all going to get mad at me for saying this because you say pills are bad for you. But
I love pills. Don't ever try and convince me against this. 2 things. I'm not going to stop drinking, and I'm always going to love pills. And if you have any leftovers, send them my way.
Someone said go to Mexico.
Yeah. At the drugstore.
Over the counter, grab a bunch of over-the-counter amoxicillin. Just like grab a bunch.
Seriously.
They said that. And just travel with it. So then you always have amoxicillin over the counter. Because I'm not really sure who's
we're going to be in Mexico.
I know.
They have everything there.
Like, I don't know who's going to binge on amoxicillin. Like, I'm really not like...
No.
Like, who's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go sell my amoxicillin.
Just be nice to always have with you.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
saying that. Why don't we do that here?
Oh, exactly. That's like when on like Veltrex, it's like, oh, you have 2 refills. Why don't I have it for the rest of my life? What, am I going to be selling Veltrex on the black market?
No, I know. What can you do with it? Does it make you high?
No.
A lot of people are.
What else are we going to get in Mexico? I heard they have, you know how they give the people that get anxious on the planes? What do they give them? Valium?
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. I want some of that. Apparently they have that at the pharmacy, not the pharmacy, just the corner store.
Yeah, I can't do that.
And you know what? If it's at the corner store, I don't feel like people are dying from it.
I mean,
I
you'll
would
never
love
know.
to get a gamut of things.
A gamut.
Just a whole.
Do you have to declare it when you come back in?
It's a good question, but no.
Great question, but that's a no.
Yeah, because I know people who've brought them home. And so I feel like it's medication. I mean, in reality, it's not an illegal drug if it's amoxicillin on it. Oh my gosh. Are we going to leave the hotel and go get some drugs?
Yeah. Girls, we'll be right back.
Do you think they have T3s?
Natalie, I don't know if I'm supporting this.
I know, but you know I'll never like get addicted to anything or have a problem.
I mean, I'd pull your ass out of it. I'd be like, Natalie, enough.
In reality, I have to live life every day. You know what I mean? Like I got to do things. And if you're on too many of them, you know, the people that like, you know, those rich ladies who are like, I just couldn't get out of bed. Like Travis Barker's ex-wife.
Oh,
she's in bed all the time because she didn't work. If I didn't and
she was depressed probably.
I mean, she looked comfortable to me.
I know,
she was
but if you
so funny too.
If you can't get out of bed for years.
Apparently she just liked it. I mean, she did get it. Like they went out and stuff, but like she preferred instead of the living room to hang out in the bed and people would just come visit her.
I do get that.
I do too.
The comfortability of bed is first class.
Like if you could choose a couch in a living room or a cozy bed with a duvet.
I mean, my husband did go one step too far and he got the bed that like lifts up. And I was like, I have the same one and it's not even plugged in. I'm like, I am not.
I would.
No.
I would.
I am. And every night's like, I'm like, just so you know, this is the most unattractive thing I've ever seen in my life, that you elevate your bed. I'm like, are we 100? Like, and then no.
But I have to build it up with like 40 pillows to be in an upright position.
That's fine.
He just needs to press a button.
That's fine. Hey, question for you. Do you go on your phone at nighttime or watch TV like when you're in bed?
Both at the same time.
Oh.
Wait. When I wake up in the middle of the night?
No.
Oh, both.
Both.
At the same time.
And
never just one.
Is it your show or whose shows on the TV?
I never watch shows with Mark in bed.
So you have the TV on and your phone in your hand?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Unless there's subtitles.
And then you have to read it.
Which is kind of good because then I'm really locked in. I don't miss anything.
But when there's crime, you don't have your phone in your hand.
I do. Because crime, you really don't really need to see it. You could just listen to it.
Oh.
Because all those are like podcasts anyways. But I like to see what they look like, but I don't need to watch everything. And in those, they show the same thing over and over.
So you're a TV watcher and phone thing. Huh. I'm only a told phoner thing if I don't like the show. But ironically, I'm really beginning to like the sound of sports in the afternoons. I find their voices calming.
Yeah.
And I like the sound of their voices. I don't like when people get crazy, but I like the sound of
I like the sound of football on a Sunday.
I like the sound of football. I like the sound of the hockey. I don't mind any sporting because they talk the whole time. There's no awkward sounds.
Everything's like kind of like there's nothing like everything you're looking at is like quote unquote like normal people doing normal things in a positive setting.
Yeah.
It's like nothing crazy weird is going to happen out of nowhere. Yeah, I know.
I watched. My husband watches old. He likes old movies. Okay, and I mean old. I mean like Catch Me If You Can, like Braveheart, like old. Those are old movies to me. Okay?
I love Catch Me If You Can.
So we're watching. I don't like the feeling. I have to Google the ending. I forget. He's like, "Do you watch this?" I'm like,
"It's true story."
True story. I did not like it. I didn't like the feeling.
I would say probably because it's so hectic. I would say probably that's definitely one of my top 5.
I said to Mark, I'm like, "What happens now?" He's like, "Stop it," and I'm like, "You need to tell me what happens." And he's like, "You've seen this. Don't you remember?"
And he's printing all the money and it's just so crazy.
I mean, he had a mental health issue.
Yeah. But he was so smart.
He had so many, he flew a plane without being a pilot multiple times.
He was so crazy. And then he
worked for the FBI.
Yes.
Yeah. I Googled that shit at the end. I was like, I can't watch this. Like I actually can't watch. I'm feeling like panicked. I'm feeling like, I felt overwhelmed. I was like, I can't.
I like there are some movies I have not seen of Leonardo DiCaprio, but overall, I love him as an actor, and I love a lot of the movies he's in.
You do, eh?
I really do. I'd say he's one of my favorite. What was the movie that he was in? Oh, where
Wolf
he was
of
doing
Wall Street? I like that one. He's kind of in crazy movies.
Crazy.
And I do feel
he's
like
a really good actor. He doesn't do rom-coms.
that's a real story too.
He
does really good. Cuckoo.
Yeah, and I heard that there's some even darker ones that I haven't seen, but I love him.
So my point was when I'm on my phone at nighttime, he's watching the show.
Yeah.
So I don't have to watch it because I don't like many of the shows, but the sound of the things on, I can go do things, and I like the sound. I know that everyone's kind of sitting down.
Oh my gosh.
I like the sound of it. I don't like when everybody's watching different shows. Hurts my head. Sports, I can just hear all my, okay, this is good. Everyone's calm. Watch the show. Let's move on. I think I'm seeking like calmness of this year.
Costa Rica. It's time you go.
No. Not like that. I mean like fun. Not running in and out of the house. I hate when the kids run where like I feel like okay, riddle me this. Sometimes I feel like at the end of the day, like the day starts off, I'm like really good. Like I feel happy. Today I told my kids, I'm like, I love being your mom. Like it's a high. I'm like, it's a great day.
You start off euphoric.
Yes, euphoric. Okay. Then we have a great day, you and me. We do things. Then nighttime comes, okay?
What time? Is this before dinner, after dinner? When are we
like
hitting?
4:00 because I feel like
that's when yesterday you're like, I'm really tired.
Like
that must be the hit.
You and me decide. We say yes to everything, even though it on paper it looks impossible. And then if my mom's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, I can't answer that question because I can't maneuver you at this moment. I'm like, so I have to just go with this.
Yes.
So then it begins to feel like panic. And it just panic at the disco where I feel like everyone is just in a different gear and we're driving and it's like, it feels, I'm like, is my brain crazy? Am I crazy? Am I driving crazy? Like it just feels like I'm in a
sometimes you're driving and you're like, where am I going? What am I doing right now? Sometimes I don't remember where I'm going.
I'm in a different gear where I feel, I don't know if the word's like a lunatic, but I'm like, it feels like this. Like it feels like I'm being slapped in the face with like hot dogs, you know, and like if you can imagine it, like it's just like hot dogs are flying in your face and you're like this and you know what to do, but you get it done.
Why are they hot dogs?
Because they're floppy.
Not pancakes.
Okay. Pancakes.
I mean,
pancakes
dogs?
feel a little bit warmer. Hot dogs are cold. It's a cold hot dog. Raw. Pancakes are Okay. So I just feel, and I was like, is this me or does all the moms feel when they have to get people everywhere at certain times and fed and like that hour between like pickup and then I think part of my problem is I pick the kids up and that is an extra task. What do you think? Do you ever feel that way at the end of the night?
I'm sure, but I during that time I just try to keep I try to cook the dinner. So it's just, I can't even have time to think, right? And then it's just like, who needs to be where? And then
but they have to be everywhere and you have to do it.
Sometimes,
like me.
Sometimes right before it starts, like let's say if it's like 5:10 and I need to be in the car by 5:40, for like those 20 minutes, I'll go in my room by myself. I mean, they usually end up in there, but I'll go and I'll just take it because, you know, it gets so loud when they're starting to get ready and they're getting rowdy and they're so hyper before they leave.
Okay.
So I'll just step away.
I feel like I would not come out if I did that.
Well, you have to because they have to get a ride. It's not like I'm going in my bed, but I'm just like taking just a minute of calm.
Okay, so you go shut the door.
And then when I'm in the car, it feels all right because like there's nothing else I can do but drive.
The car I just feel like I'm like, go, go, go. It feels just right before the time when it starts. Like I'm about to go pick everybody up, cooking dinner. And then it's like, go, and you put the pedal to the metal, and then you get home, and everyone wants to eat again, and then you go to bed.
I know.
It's that it is a witching hour.
Yeah.
It's witching hours, but not terrible. Like it's not that they're in a bad mood. It's just the minutia of the time when you look at your whoever, and you're like, they've got to be here, here, and here, and here.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You're like this: 4:00, 5:00, 9:00, 8:00. Who's doing what? Like it's like this. You basically
if I'm gonna make dinner, we usually I would say somehow, some way, and dinner might be at 4:30, but somehow, some way, usually, if not 6 out of 6, 5 out of 6 are sitting at a table that's been like Teddy will set the table. Be like, can I help you with anything?
Because your kids go later.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes Taylor, yesterday, she had to be there at 4, and sometimes they have to be there at 5:15. But overall, most days we can sit and have dinner. And when we're having dinner, you get a little bit of time to talk. And that's when we all could go like, okay, who needs to go where and when?
So you get a minute.
A minute. It's like a team meeting.
I don't get a minute. I'm like, we just get in the car and freaking go.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to find a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you got that calendar. So like.
No, it doesn't matter. I still have to execute the calendar. The calendar doesn't drive them.
Yeah.
I wish someone could drive them. I need to hire a driver.
Yeah. Or just a better carpool system.
I have a great one, but it's still.
It's not enough.
I think it's my head. It's my brain. They also have all these stupid appointments. I need to cancel that.
As they do. I do constantly.
I wonder, I guess, do men ever think there and go like, do they ever feel like there's hot dogs in their faces? Like, do they ever feel like it must be perimenopause?
I actually do think my husband, he probably handles it well, but he's got a lot of hot dogs in his face because there's, I mean, he even helps out with Taylor's people. Like he does. Usually most nights he leaves and he doesn't come back till late. And there's multiple kids being picked up, dropped off, carpool, like all of it. But I think he just handles it better.
He just knows that's his job. I'm in the car. Job. I'm driving. I'm in the car from 4 to 10. And like, if I'm around, I'll get you when I'm there.
Yeah. And I would love to just be at home. I don't know if he wants to sit around and watch TV.
So you have a good balance.
He's actually, it doesn't mean I still don't get to do it very often, but I don't feel like he's missing out on, like, I would be in the bath. I would be cuddling with TJ. Like I think he's like, I'd rather be here than anywhere else.
Right. Okay. Tonight.
So he's doing his favorite thing.
I'm going to go to my room. I'm going to take a minute. Or I'll sit in the car and then I'll just wait. And then
your kids tell me you sit in the car.
I do sometimes. I need to sit in the car.
I'm not in the car anymore. It's the bedroom for me.
Sometimes, well, if I go into
and then they come up and take a shit in my bathroom. And then I go, it fucking stinks. What are you doing?
If I go to the bathroom, if I go to the bedroom, I often,
you're not gonna come out.
Not often.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I'll just sit there and be like, oh my God. And that's it. That's it, y'all. That's it. Good night. You know what? I'll see you. I'll see ya.
Wouldn't that be great? Like you go in there and you're kind of tired and it's 5 o'clock and you don't really want to come out and you don't have to.
I said to someone who just had a baby, Noah, our tour manager, I'm like,
baby's so cute.
I'm like, do you remember what you did before?
Mm.
He's like, I don't know. I had so much free time.
Mm.
Talk to a new parent and ask them what they did before the baby. It's like you can't remember. I can't remember I cannot remember what I did pre-baby. What did I do from 4 to 10?
I know.
What was in my brain?
I wouldn't come home from work till probably wouldn't get home from work till 6.
What's in your head though?
Work.
Just like work stuff.
Work, and also like before Mark, like
relationship.
Partying.
Where am I going tonight? What am I going to eat? What do you want to order?
What are we going to wear?
Well, okay. What time
am I going to style my hair?
When are we going out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-and-so's birthday coming up.
Like, was it so easy?
It was busy.
I swear teenage girls, this is a generalization and we're way over time, so I'm going to wrap it up. But I feel like teenage girls like to make drama because they like things in their head. Mm-hmm. So they like to beat the shit out of everything so that they can be like, their brains can be busy.
Yeah.
And they can be, oh my God. Oh, because for them to have too much idle time.
Yeah. And it's so crazy. It's so much of the stuff. Like if they never even were to think about it or put that in their head, they would not miss out on anything. It's just like made up shit. But I guess in the end, it's teaching them about relationships and connection and cause and effect and observation, education about other kinds of people.
Right?
Yeah. I suppose
they just watching other people's lives, dreams. I know.
Like that prom dress shopping, guys. I'm just telling you,
go do it.
You don't even know. I was sitting there, Kat.
And by the way, when's prom?
May, but you have to get your dresses.
No, I know, but it's January.
Yeah.
Well, when's prom?
If you don't have them in March, it is. So obviously, I think it's so cringe because this is just how I am, right?
Yeah.
So it's really sweet. I get it, but I'm like, first of all, I'm thinking, is this girl even going to make it? All you girls, you still gonna have your boyfriend by May?
I know. I think they keep them till then. I think they do it on purpose. Like I'm pretty sure it's like, the turkey dump. I feel like for teenagers it's the prom dump. Like I'm like, you know what? Prom was so much fun. I got to go with somebody. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't remember many people breaking up before prom. Actually,
We all
Not at
went as
all.
groups. You went if you didn't have a boyfriend, you all went together anyways.
Yeah.
We didn't
Yeah.
have promposals.
No
We
promposals.
all just went together.
And then the other thing about it is I just feel really bad for the families, that the pressure of buying expensive dresses.
That was not a reality.
Nope.
It didn't have to be. They all look the same. You never know. Do you know how many amazing dresses we have that aren't that expensive?
Mm-mm.
Someone actually gave us a good one online. I should tell you.
Oh, yes, please.
We've gotten some stuff from there.
Oh, perfect.
And if you can get it altered, then it looks like it's custom anyways.
It's used?
No,
Oh.
but it's a good alternative. It's Lulu's.
Yes. Very good.
It's an in-between.
Yeah.
A Sheen, a Revolve, and the prom dresses.
And
But
I'm
they-
having a really hard time with the prom dresses because I'll never forget that place we were in LA in the fashion district, wherever, and these dresses were $60.
Yeah, and they were everything you see that are
Full
that are
sequin, like-
$600.
It was eye-opening. And I know we all kind of know it, but definitely everyone who's buying a prom dress,
It's convenience.
yeah.
But you shop for the convenience of it because you don't have to go source it everywhere. You're like, okay, this fits. I'm going to get. It's literally convenience and branding. They know you go to that store to get your dress. You know you're going to save for it. It's even going to that store makes you feel like you got the right prom dress.
That's true. And they actually just, the experience is probably so much fun for them.
Yeah, it is really a branding marketing machine, which did not exist for us.
Mm.
But the people, I mean, who own those stores,
Killing it.
frickin' ching. Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
And you know how we know? Like, we actually know.
we
Some people could say, oh, they're all made the same. We actually have seen these dresses for so much cheaper.
Yeah. The same dress.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a Notorious store in Toronto who sells them for like 4 times the price. But I guess you can do that. You can go on Shein and then you can go there and you're like, what the hell? What the hell?
I'm still dying to watch the documentary on fast fashion, but I want the whole family to sit down, and I haven't been able to get them all together.
Well, Newt, the skin flute,
Hey.
when in doubt, it's just perimenopause.
Yeah.
If you're having a symptom, it's fucking perimenopause.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you have hot dogs in your face.
Cold ones, cold hard hot dogs whipping you in
But
the face.
they're soft. It's
But
what I
they're
feel like.
soft.
You like they're not like they're
But they're firm because they're cold.
yeah. I feel like I said I'm like like I'm pretty calm,
Mm-hmm.
but I might be the chaos.
Yeah.
It might be me.
They
You
try
know?
to make us crazy too. They think it's fun to get us going.
And then I just sit quiet in the car. I'm like, you can put the music on, but like I'm not talking for right now.
No.
I'm just like I'm in a minute.
And guess what I don't like?
What?
Hard rap.
I don't like hard rock.
I don't like hard rock either.
I hate hard rock.
My son goes, you know what really helps when I put my headphones on and I listen to music? Like, I can study better when I have music on. I'm like, really? I'm like, not me. I can't think my thoughts if I'm having like lyrics in my head. He's like, yeah, I just put on like hard rap or something like that. Oh, it's called Locked In. It's a locked in playlist and it's like rap. And I'm like, I don't see that for you. All right. Whatever works.
Usually it's classical. But anyways, you know what? You do you, boo. You do you.
Rap. Sure.
Yeah, okay. Well, happy Tuesday. Wow, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Perimenopause. If you have a symptom, that's what it is.
Everything.